everyone, my name is Sarah, I am one half of the YA Room, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. So a lot of people have been asking me recently how I actually have all the time to do all the things I do. I mean, I have a blog, I have a book club, I post videos on YouTube, and I still manage to read 200 books a year while being at uni, having 2 part-time jobs and 2 internships. It is a lot, I'm not gonna lie, and sometimes I don't have time for sleep. Am I a vampire? It's debatable. So I decided to film a little A Week in the Life video to show you what I get up to during the day when I have time for reading and just generally what my life is like. You're going to get a behind the scenes look into my life, what I actually get up to, how much time I spend reading and working on the book club and my blog and stuff. So yeah, let's do that. What I filmed was from the 21st to the 27th of May, so the Monday through to the Sunday, and yeah, it was quite a hectic week, but it really gives you like a broad picture of what I do in my life. That's basically it, so let's get into that. So first of all is Monday. So normally on Mondays I wake up around 7 AM because I have my internship at Writers Victoria in the city. I am not a morning person. I literally snooze my alarm 8 times before I get up. I need to allow myself at least an hour to just chill in the house and actually wake my brain up, otherwise I'm not going to be a functioning human that day. So on Monday I decided to get up around 7. I watched a bit of Brooklyn Nine-Nine while I was half asleep on the couch. I prepared my breakfast, which I would then take on my walk to the train station, and just got ready for the day ahead. The walk to my train station usually takes around 20 minutes. During that time, I usually choose to listen to an audiobook because it does give me a big chunk of time to do that. As I walked, I listened to the audiobook of The Dry by Jane Harper, which I had to read for a class at uni to write a book report on that was due that Friday. Talk about last minute planning. I also ate my toastie as I walked. I usually eat a toastie with tomato relish and avocado for breakfast, so that was really nice. It was very early to be up, but I really love my walking route to the train station. I go past this beautiful park, and I just love seeing the trees in the morning and when the world is still kind of asleep. It's a really nice time of day, even though I would rather be in bed. Then I caught the train into my internship while still listening to The Dry. Usually when I'm catching a train early, I find it hard to find a seat or actually find space to sit down and read a physical book, so I choose to listen to audiobooks quite a lot. After that, I actually arrived a little bit early to the city at around 8:50, so I went to Starbucks to grab a drink, sit down and read a little bit of our book of the month, I Was Born for This. Then just after 9 AM, I headed over to my internship at Writers Victoria, headed up the stairs, sat down at my desk and prepared for a day of work. As an intern at Writers Victoria, most of my roles include formulating a media list of media contacts that we can chat to about whatever needs doing, and I was also hosting a Instagram competition where people would share pictures of their favorite winter reads, and one person would be lucky enough to win a spot at a winter workshop of their choice. It was a lot of fun making this social media campaign, and I think it went really well, so it was great to be working on that at Writers Victoria. And then my highlight of the day was getting cupcakes. It was one of my colleagues' birthdays, so we always treat ourselves to cupcakes on their birthday. I was lucky enough to be given the role to go over and purchase the cupcakes, which was a lot of fun, and then we came back and ate them, and it was great. Then on my lunch break, I normally go to a bookshop called Embiggen Books. It is just across the road from the Wheeler Centre where my internship is, and I usually spend around half an hour there looking at the books and reading a book if I brought one that day. So on Monday, I read I Was Born for This on the couch by the window, and it's just such a lovely atmosphere in there. I love it. After my day at Writers Victoria, I hopped on a train at around 4:35 PM to go back to my home. As I was on the train, I was writing up questions for the Monday night YA Room chat on Twitter, which we hold once a month to discuss our book of the month. So I was scheduling tweets for that, making sure everything was ready to go. And then finally, when I got home, I didn't have that much time to do anything before our actual Twitter chat, so I dived right into that at 7:30, and then we had books and tea at 8:30, which is basically an hour of gossiping about our recent reads with Alex, also from the YA Room, on our Instagram account. It's always a lot of fun. We're joined by some amazing people, and if you want to join in and chat to us, that'd be great. After books and tea finished up around 9:30, I had a few hours to read in bed. Usually I go go to sleep around midnight or 1 a.m. So that gave me time to just chill out, like do some social media stuff, make some blog posts or edit some videos, and then I read I Was Born for This in bed under my sparkly twinkly lights, which was very nice. And I always love turning on the lights on my bookshelves because it makes it so nice and cozy. So I love just like carving out at least an hour to read every night in my bed. It is just so nice. On Tuesday, I also had another internship to get to, so I woke up around 7:30 or 8 a.m., made breakfast, actually ate it at home today because I had a little bit more time, and while I was doing that, I watched a few episodes of Younger, which I am loving. Then on the Tuesday, I was lucky enough to get a lift to the train station, so when I got there, I got on the train and read some more of I Was Born for This. I was running a little bit late to my internship on that day, so I didn't have time to stop off for coffee before heading into the offices of the Melbourne Writers Festival. I'm at the Melbourne Writers Festival 1 day a week on a Tuesday, and while I'm there, I'm usually formulating blog posts, and on the Tuesday, I actually did some mailing, which was really exciting. Because they just announced the schools program, I was putting that all in envelopes to send to our sponsors, and I had the task of going around the city, going to some of the other locations that were kind of close, and actually handing in the programs physically. I always love those little tasks like mailing or going getting coffee because it makes me feel like an actual intern, and it's really cliched and everything, but I just find it like so much fun. Because Alex also works in the city, she came to visit me on Tuesday night. We filmed some videos together, so that was a lot of fun. And then we went to Dimmicks. While we were at Dimmicks, we also filmed 2 more videos just so we have enough content for the next couple weeks because things are going to be really busy. So it was really good to get that done and always really nice to see Alex. By the time I got home, it was around 7:30 p.m. So I caught the train home, walked home from the train station. Then when I got home, I just did some blogging, did some video editing, and then I got ready to hop back into bed. I honestly don't know where 5 hours disappear to in the evening, but it's really easy to like just let them slip by and feel like I've actually accomplished nothing, which is super annoying, but I know that I like to give myself a bit of downtime, so it's useful in a way. The Wednesday was my only real day off during that week, so I had a bit more downtime, not as rushed as the other days prior to that, but I still got a lot done, which was great. That morning at about 9:30 a.m. I got a lift to the train station to go into Balaclava to meet a friend for coffee. We had originally wanted to see a movie, but I had a lot of schoolwork to get done, 4 assignments due that week, so I had to cut it short to coffee, but it was still lovely nonetheless. And after that we went to a secondhand bookshop where I bought 3 books. I bought The Art of Racing in the Rain, Sleeping Giants, and Uprooted. And there was a really cute cat, so I had to put that in the video. Then for the remainder of the day, I was just studying on the couch, doing my assignments. They were like super long. One was a 3,000 word essay about cricket. So that took everything I had to not immediately drop out of my course. But I managed to get most of them done, and by the time I'd done that, it was already nighttime. So I just spent the remaining hours of being awake, editing some Instagram photos, and reading more of I Was Born for This so I could be prepared for the book chat on Sunday. On Thursday, I woke up at around 8 a.m. and Thursday mornings I have off, but Thursday afternoons I have to go to uni. So on that Thursday morning, I walked to my local coffee shop to sit down, have a latte, do a bit of editing and a bit of writing. I love doing work outside of my home because I get really distracted by the Wi-Fi, and I just feel like I work better in a cafe environment. I really love the noise and the atmosphere, and I just feel I'm really productive while I'm there. So I managed to edit 1 video, work on a little bit of a secret project, so that was time well spent. Then I caught a train into uni around 1 p.m. and on the train I read Juno Dawson's Clean, which I'd been meaning to get to for ages, and I really enjoyed the part I read of it, and I still have to finish it, but I'm loving it. On that day at uni, I actually had a test, so I got there a little bit early to just give myself downtime to relax. I actually spent 20 minutes plotting a new novel idea, which always puts me in a creative headspace and makes me feel as though I'm ready to sit down and do work. After my public relations and business test at uni, I walked down to the Moat, which is near the Wheeler Centre, for some drinks with the Melbourne Writers Festival crew. We were celebrating the release of the schools program, so we all just sat down, had some snacks, had some drinks. It was really nice to chat with everyone. Then I had to rush off a little bit early because I had work that night. I got on a train and got into my work at around 6:30 p.m. for a 3-hour shift, so it wasn't too bad. It was actually the opening of a film festival, so it was a lot of fun. I got to go around and do a bit of waitressing, handing out some German food, so that was a lot of fun. I was actually working at a different venue on the Thursday, so it was good to meet some new people, and it was just a really nice atmosphere. And then my friend gave me a lift home from work, and by then it was around 10:30 p.m. and I wanted to do something a little bit creative after working all day and doing a test. So I decided to do something that didn't require too much brain concentration because I'd used all of that up on that day, but I packed a prize pack for the May giveaway that we were running on Instagram of the newly redesigned editions of Solitaire and Radio Silence. After that, I had some tea, watched a little bit of Younger, read a book, and then I was in bed by around 12:30 or 1 again. Fridays are undeniably my least favorite day of the week because I have to get up super early at around 6:45 and be on a tram at around 7:10. On Fridays, I have uni from 8:30 till 10:30, which is so bad because I hate mornings. I'm not a morning person, but my friend makes me attend, and it was probably worth it because it gave me some really helpful hints for the assignment I had to submit later that day. While I was on the tram, I decided to listen to Crooked Kingdom, which is a new audiobook I started because I'd finished listening to The Dry, so that was very exciting. By the time I got into the city, aka Starbucks, my home, it was 8 a.m. I waited for my friend and then we walked to class. Uni finished at around 10:30 and then I was back on a train at around 11, and instead of reading I decided to just do a bit more Pinteresting on my way home because my brain still hadn't woken up from that early morning. Then on my walk home I went through the park, which was really lovely, and I got home and I studied for like 6 hours straight, so eventful. But on the plus side, I submitted my last 4 assignments of semester 1 of my course, which was very exciting, and now I am free for like 2 months, so I'm officially halfway through my degree and I couldn't be happier. To finish off Friday, I did some more reading, watched some Younger, and that was basically it, and then it was time for the weekend. On Saturday, as much as I would have loved to sleep in, I had to get up around 8 a.m. because I had work at 9:30. So as I walked to work on my usual route, I listened to more of Crooked Kingdom, and then my shift lasted from 9:30 till 3 p.m. and then I walked home again. I didn't have much time to do anything between when I was home and when I was going out, and then I hopped on a tram because I was going to St Kilda meeting Alex, and we were going to see the play called Puffs. But I wanted to get to St Kilda a little bit early because I just wanted to read on the beach, have some downtime. My week had been super hectic, so I feel like I needed that to kind of cleanse my soul. So I got to Luna Park and the St Kilda beach around 4:30 p.m. I did a little photo shoot of From Twinkle with Love, which is what I was currently reading, and just had around half an hour to 45 minutes on the beach in the sunlight with the setting sun over the water, and it was just so beautiful. Honestly, it made me feel so calm and just really prepared me for Sunday and for the following week ahead. Then after the sun went down, while I was waiting for Alex, I went to this new little cafe called The Vineyard, which I hadn't been to before, but I just sat there by the window, worked on some blog posts, did some photo editing, and had some coffee. Then Alex arrived around 6:30 p.m. We caught a tram to the Alex Theatre where Puffs was being held. We saw the play. It was absolutely incredible. I highly recommend going to see it if you are in Melbourne or if you love Harry Potter. It was so funny. We were in stitches the entire time, and it's just like the perfect thing. No matter what Hogwarts house you're in, you will adore it. If you want to check out more about Puffs, I am making a vlog of that, so you should check that out. But then we had a bit of public transport drama after Puffs. All the trams were cancelled, so we had to walk for about half an hour to the nearest train station. By the time I got home, it was about midnight. I walked home from the train station in the dark, which probably isn't the most sensible thing, but like I'm really stingy and I'm not paying for an Uber, so Stab me, I dare you. But I got home safe, did hardly any reading that night because I was just so exhausted from all that walking, and yeah, got ready for Sunday. The last Sunday of the month is always a really exciting time for Alex and I because it is time for our book club. Had a little bit of a sleep in on Sunday. I woke up around 9:30, which was really lovely. I had a leisurely breakfast, and then I got on a tram and headed into the city. While I was on the tram, I didn't get any reading done because I was busy finalizing questions for our book club. Then I got off at Flinders Street Station, met Alex, and we went to Nando's, of course. If I'm not in Starbucks, you can bet I will be in Nando's. After having a little bit of a snack, we walked to Dimmock's, which is where we hold our book meet every month. We got there a bit early, set up, and then were joined by around 10 others to discuss I Was Born for This. It's always such a lovely chat. We love discussing the book of the month with everyone. We always love sitting down, drinking some coffee, and just being surrounded by other passionate readers. It really means the world to us. And then after, because I'm like on the verge of being an extrovert and an introvert, I got home, did not want to see any more people for that week, so I did about 3 hours of working on blog posts while listening to Scott Pilgrim vs. the World in the background, and like, that was the best choice of the night. And after I'd done that, I finished off my week by reading more from Twinkle with Love, which is just gorgeous. And that was the week over. So I hope you enjoyed this little video of what my week was like. I really enjoyed documenting my week. I found like it was really therapeutic to look back on everything that I'd done that week. And if you're interested in me doing something again like this in future, do let me know because I'm more than happy to do that. But that is it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone!